Pleased to be here with you today this morning for the launch of this Energy Technology Perspective 2010. And this is one of our flagship applications. And this is the third edition and builds on the IEA's scenario analysis of how we can construct a clean, clever, and competitive energy future. The Deepwater Horizon accident in the Gulf of Mexico is a tragic reminder that our current path is not sustainable. We must move to a cleaner source of energy. And we must reduce CO2 emission to mitigate climate change. G8 leaders at their summit last weekend in Muskoka committed to building low carbon and climate resilient economies. They also reiterated their willingness to share with all countries the goal of achieving at least a 50% reduction of global emissions by 2050. This comprehensive study, Energy Technology Perspective, seeks to chart the way for countries to attain these goals. It looks at the vital role of technology in transforming our energy system and includes specific technology roadmaps to achieve this transformation. My message to you today has two parts. First, the good news. For several years, the IEA has been calling for an energy revolution to tackle climate change and enhance energy security and economic development. For the first time, we see clear or early signs that this revolution has started. There has been a substantial increase in the funding of low-carbon technologies as part of stimulus packages. The governments are committing more to R&D, and spending has increased by a third between 2005 and 2008. In many countries and regions, we are seeing increased deployment of renewables. In 2009 alone, 6 gigawatts of photovoltaic and solar power was installed. Funding announcements have been made to support carbon capture and storage, CCS demonstrations, and 80 large-scale plants are currently being developed. Companies and governments are announcing ambitious plans for the rollout of electric vehicles, with plans to 5 million vehicles by 2020. But now the note of caution. While this news is encouraging, these developments are still very fragmented and fragile and could still be reversed. We need to lock in and dramatically accelerate this revolution. All sectors, countries, and stakeholders must participate. This means the governments must maintain stimulus package spending on green growth and then expand spending on key low-carbon technologies. As the G20 leaders noted this past weekend, we must safeguard and strengthen the recovery and lay the foundation for strong, sustainable, and balanced growth. The governments around the world face many funding priorities, but we must think beyond the short term in order to achieve long-term results. We must also maintain and enhance our focus on energy efficiency, often the cheapest and easiest way to reduce emissions while also cutting fuel costs, a true green growth measure. Change in the power sector needs to be accelerated so that we can halve the global intensity of electricity production over the next 20 years. By 2050, we would need to have over 3,000 carbon capture and storage projects, and annual capacity additions for photovoltaic must average 46 gigawatts per year up to 2050. A significant infrastructure project must be put in place, such as smart grids and recharging infrastructure to support the deployment of electric vehicles, which would need to reach over 1 billion vehicles in 2050. In short, this will not be easy, and each day we wait, the challenge becomes harder. This report, Energy Technology Perspective, shows that it is possible to transform the global energy system. And we are seeing signs that this historic transformation has now started. Now we must nurture these long-awaited green shoots and help them grow faster, stronger, and bigger. The G20 summit leaders last weekend in Toronto reiterated their commitment to a green recovery and to sustainable global growth. We must and can now make this a reality.